Alright, so in this video, I just want to give another kind of update about what I'm working on right now, what I'm focusing on mentally, physically, just to, I don't know, catch up with y'all, really. I know I've been pretty sporadic in my videos. I do apologize for that. That's just one of those things where, priorities, have to kind of take over. And Sundays, or I should say weekends, those are my days off from my job at the IRS. So spending time with the family, that's what that is. That's really what it is. Speaking of which, I just wanted to kind of catch you up on that because I had something recorded and then the battery died. So now I'm switching over to my phone. So I think this might end up being better. Who knows, right? Anyways, so when I took this job on, I really was kind of indifferent towards it. Like I didn't feel really excited about it. Didn't really hate it. Just I needed a job and I needed to bring some money in because financially we were really struggling, and I'm so grateful that we're not now. Like our heads are above water these days. Debts are getting paid. We're utilizing our tools, our debt tools, and we're doing it in a way that's benefiting us instead of hindering us. So these are all positive things, as a result of this job. But the majority of my training so far has been kind of in a classroom setting, and I don't do well with being taught towards taking a test. I like hands-on learning. I like kind of just being thrown into a situation and then learning from the result so that I can take good notes, my kind of notes, and evaluate where I'm at, in the task, and then just kind of go from there. And so the training part's over. The classroom stuff is over. School is out, basically. And now we're doing like on the job training. So this is good. This is really good because this is kind of where I'm comfortable at with learning a job. I'm used to kind of getting thrown in the meat grinder, to be honest, and I've done that at many different levels. I've had people chew me out, like in front of others. I've had people take a more, indirect approach with like helpful emails and sending over cheat sheets and, things like that. Like I've been trained in many different industries, I guess you could say, and from different people, different types of training. So I'm just looking forward to getting that hands-on experience, and I don't struggle with this job anymore in terms of where I'm at with it. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward in general to just where I'm going in life, because I have that vision in my mind all the time of who I want around me, what kind of car I'm driving, what kind of house I'm pulling up to, like all those like little details. And I know that's already there for me. I know that's already there for my family and my loved ones. It's just now it's more, I guess, focusing on the day-to-day stuff. And I don't want to get lost in kind of focusing on the future too much, like I just want to have the knowing that what I want out of my life is already there for me. I just need to work for it. I need to work towards it. If it's a struggle to get to that point in life, then that's a worthwhile struggle. I've made mention of that before, that when you're talking about your struggles, I'm all about it. I want to hear what you're struggling with, because that's something we can use, you know what I mean? That's something that we can work off of to solve the problem, as opposed to, have you done this and that? No, I haven't. Not really. Haven't even started. Just gonna keep sitting here and waiting for someone to save the day. I've never done that. I've never wanted to take that kind of approach. I like to struggle on the problem if it requires it, But either way, I like to work towards a solution. That's what I focus on. I focus on the solution. With all that being said, I'm feeling like I'm in a good place, with this job especially. Like I said, I'm leaning into these things. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to get critiqued or anything like that, because I know I'm new. I know I'm like learning things with all these other people at the same time. So it's like I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm not even in competition with myself. I'm just here to learn. I'm just here to grow. I'm here to be in the moment, ultimately. And I'm good with that. I really am. For the first time in my life, I'm good with this experience in learning this job. So I don't know what the future holds for this job. I've never seen myself as like wanting to do another career, kind of change, career move, but you never know what the future holds, right? So we'll see how it goes. I'm ultimately focusing on learning the job as much as possible so I can get good at it. Just being able to take as much experience and knowledge with me from that job, because I feel like it ties into so many other things that I want to work on with investing. And the other thing too is I'm meeting a lot of cool people. I'm meeting a lot of interesting people in this new job, people that outside of it, they're doing their own thing. They may not be entrepreneurs or business minded or investor types like myself, but they have these passion projects that they speak of very highly, and you can see the fire in their eyes when they speak on it, so it's like inspiring to hear. And I'm glad that there are people like that still in the general workforce, people that haven't just given up on their dreams, and if they're given the opportunity, they're probably gonna take it. They're gonna pursue it, So with all that being said, the other thing I'm working on is trying to hone in on my exit strategy with crypto, and watching as much of the TheStapleCrew videos as much as possible. The IBC videos, the trust videos, the Sunday lives. Whenever I get a chance, it's always kind of queued up in my YouTube feed. Because I do want to take advantage of those different types of tools. I don't want to have to deal with taxes. I know it's gonna. I work in the IRS, so I know that that's gonna be a thing. If I sell, and if it's a significant amount of windfall that I get from crypto, there's gonna be a haircut there with how much taxes I'm gonna have to pay. And so there are legal means to avoid having to pay all those capital gains, because it's available to me to take advantage of those types of products, and so learning about them is just part of it. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of struggling, not with the idea of setting up a trust and taking full advantage of a IBC kind of contract or anything like that. Not that, but more so like how much money is gonna be there for me at the end of it all. At the end of the bull run, basically, like whatever it is. I gotta stick to what I said before, which was basically whatever it is, it's got to be enough. I got to make the most of it no matter what it is. Like for example, if it was like a couple $1,000s, which I know I know it's not going to be, but let's just say it was a couple $1,000s, then I'm going to have a plan for that amount. If it was somewhere in the six figures, then I have to have a plan for that, kind of amount. And then anything in between or anything over, never know. I have to plan accordingly, no matter what. And that's what I'm working on right now. I love taking notes. I love writing my plan, my strategy out. Like that's been part of the process that I'm really enjoying, to be honest. And learning about let's see, Fibonacci retracements on technical analysis. Like I'm learning about using that to kind of see what my selling points could be. When the bull run really like takes off. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward, I guess, to seeing how the price matches those levels, based on the Fibonacci's, and it's all a learning experience, and one that I'm going to apply going forward, because maybe this could be the last big time bull run. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be another one after this in another 3-4 years. We'll see how it goes, right? I'm just going one day at a time, one bull run at a time, and I know this go around I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to take full advantage of the profits that I make from it, and I'm going to make the best of this opportunity. I know that much for sure. But I know I've spoken on that before, and I don't want to have to keep rehashing all that. I guess something else that I'm working on, or struggling with, I should say, is getting back into my workout routines has been a struggle recently. I've been going to physical therapy. I don't think I've mentioned that before. Trying to address my neck pain and neck issues that I've had since my, I guess, fall at the gym, almost 2 years ago, probably over 2 years now. And so that has kind of been a wake-up call for me, because I've kind of just realized how far away I've gotten from that part of me that used to go routinely to the gym and used to be able to lift a certain amount of weight and move and be more flexible and all that. I'm feeling the limits of where I'm at now, and how I have to kind of rebuild myself physically to even come close to getting back to that, so it very much feels like a comeback for me. I feel like I've been injured. I've healed as best as I could, and now I need to get back to work with it, and it used to be, I never had an issue with putting a certain amount of weight, on a machine. I knew my limits, but I also knew there were certain amounts that I was like, oh yeah, I can do that easy. I've done it plenty of times. And now it's like I said before, it's like starting over, So the other thing too is I've definitely got some mobility issues. So not walking or anything, but more in my shoulders. Got some definite rotator cuff mobility, connective tissue kind of things, that I've got to strengthen. I've got to bolster up, basically, so that I can eventually get to a place of being able to do different kinds of exercises, So now it's kind of, I guess you could say, in spite of the limitations that I am experiencing, I'm still trying to modify. I'm still trying to simplify what I can do, so that no matter what my limitation is, I can still maximize the workout and get something out of it. That's basically that's basically what I've been focusing on. Like, for example, if I'm doing a leg workout, you know, like right now I'm not going to the gym at all, but I've got a couple of 20-pound dumbbells that I know I can do something with, right? So working on the lower half, it's like, you know, I could do some squats, I can do some split squats. My favorite, and apparently I didn't know this, but a lot of people don't like this exercise because I guess it just sucks. It's just it kicks your ass. I don't know. I like it because I know that it's actually working, because I feel it working, you know. It's called a Bulgarian split squat. So that's a pretty cool exercise with dumbbells. I've often utilized that whenever it's like leg day or whatever, you know, aside from just regular squats. And then trying to build up my arms again. That's been slow going, you know, but again, it's like I'm being patient with it. I'm being patient with myself, and I'm not trying to get frustrated and beat myself up over, you know, what I can't do and how long it's been and all that shit, you know. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that to myself. I know it's going to take time, because it did take time. It took time to get to where I was, you know. Like, I had to start from zero at some point. So this is no different. I'm just starting over again, and there's nothing wrong with starting over, you know. People start over all the time in all kinds of different things, right? So I'm not afraid of that. I'm not concerned. I'm just trying to enjoy the process, trying to remember how good it felt to hit your marks, basically, practice good form, and yes, see the progress, of course, you know, like that. Again, that's just the byproduct of the process, but that feeling of engagement when you're moving the weight around, when you're moving your body around, like, that's the part that I want to enjoy more than anything else, and I'm finding myself doing that, which is great. So you see me now as someone who is definitely feeling positive, feeling energized, again, feeling emboldened, you know. I feel like I can do whatever I want. I can pursue whatever I want and dream whatever I want, and I can make it real, you know. That's how I feel right now. I guess the big thing for me to remember going forward is, like, I can't get lost in the clouds. I don't want to forget that I have a job to do. You know what I mean? Like, I got a regular job to do. I got to focus on that job. When I'm there, when I'm on the clock, that's not the time to be dreaming. That's not the time to be thinking about all that money that's coming in when you know, crypto hits it big, you know, this bull run, you know. It's great. It's great to think about it, sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't, you know, think about that sometimes, right? But also, I have to remember that my goals don't involve buying jewelry and cars and boats and planes and all that shit. My dreams don't involve that. My dreams involve helping people. That's where I see myself. That's where I build the dream in my mind when I go to sleep. And what I dream is, you know, expanding on that every single day. And it grows. That's the other thing too. It's like, the more people I get to know, the more people I bring into my circle, you know. And again, I feel like I have a solid circle of people around me, people that they know more than I do, so that's great for me, because I can always learn from them, you know. And I can also teach, I can also help, and provide to others, you know, be of service. Ultimately, that's part of this dream of mine, is I want to be of service. And I'm being of service today, tomorrow, and every day as best as I can. But this dream involves being of service to more than just one person at a time. I want to be able to help a lot more than one person at a time. And that's what gets me up in the morning, guys. You know, that's really what it is. You know, I want my family to be happy and healthy. I want that for myself always, but I also see the need out there, that people need it. You know, they need that happiness, they need that fulfillment, they need the opportunities. And if they need the basics in life, then that too, that's where my vision leads me a lot, is feeding people, providing opportunities for them that they wouldn't be given otherwise, unless they were, I don't know, dealing with bureaucracy and filling out forms and waiting for someone to say, okay, we'll do this for you, or we'll give you this. You know, I would like to think I can take the more direct route, you know, in my, I guess, philanthropy. I heard this term the other day, venture philanthropy. That's another one. That's a term I want to research. I want to find what that means. I don't know if that's like angel investing, but if that's what that means, then okay, I've heard of that. But when I heard venture philanthropy, I was like, ooh, that's an edgy term. I like that. So I'm going to research that. You know, that's like a thing for me. It's like I find things out in investing, or crypto, or in general, like spiritual stuff, health stuff, you know, and then I just start researching. That's what I'm about, guys. That's what I do. I research. I put the glasses on. I flip open the laptop and I get to work. I take notes, right? You know, like that. That's what I do. That's what this job is. You know, this IRS job. It's like research. You research stuff and then you kind of relate that to the taxpayer to give them kind of some semblance of an answer. You know, I have no illusions about the IRS and the federal government or anything like that. Like, I know when people call, it's not because they're happy to talk to someone like me. You know, they got a problem, and it's because of the government that caused the problem. And I just so happen to be the guy that picked up the phone. But like I said, I've been in industries like that, like healthcare. I got chewed out by people all the time on the phone. It's like, you didn't pay my claim, it's your fault. I'm like, I didn't process your claim, but I can help you. You know, like that's basically what the job is, figuring out what went wrong and how to best be of service. So that's what I'm doing at this job, and going forward, that's what I plan to do in my life, you know, as someone in a position to help others, in a position to be of service, but on my own terms. That's my dream. I want to be of service on my own terms, free of red tape, free of bureaucracy, all that jazz. All right, I'm gonna end the video now, before a battery dies again. I mean, I was on a roll in the last video, but I could have also been on a tangent with no end. So maybe it was best that the battery died on the camera and you got to see this version instead, because it's a much shorter, much condensed version. As always, I thank you for watching, and yeah, I know I've been sporadic in these videos. You know, I've been a little random, and that's just who I am, I guess. And I hope anything that you watch from my videos resonates with you. I hope this video, even if it was just a minute fraction of the total, maybe resonated with you. I hope something could be extrapolated from what I spoke on today. Aside from that, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're feeling good. If you're not, let me know. I could send you some energy, you know. do some energy work, you know. Like I'm getting into that too. Like I've done that for people, and I've got some energy to spare, you know, these days. Like I said, I'm feeling much better, you know, than I have in a long time. So you guys take care. Individually, you take care, and I'll see you in the next time. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.